Formnext 2025.
A bit of the same, or was it different?
Hey guys, this is Mélanie.
And this is Filippos.
And today we're sharing with you our thoughts of Formnext 2025. And to start, Filippos, I wanted to highlight one of the things that I found most interesting is metal additive manufacturing. I mean, it's not a new trend. We've seen it in the past years.
Sure, yeah.
But I have a feeling that we had a lot of new releases when it comes to machines, but also metal powders. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, I mean, the material families are growing, portfolios are tested more and more. It's interesting because we see the institutional players like EOS that launched the Onyx machine and so on, which is definitely interesting, move. But there's a lot of new players, and I would say more notably the big Chinese players that have now
definitely
taken more and more of the market share.
Yeah, I'm thinking of BLT for soon, E plus
HBD,
3D.
you name it.
Plus, we also see definitely the desktop, market. I mean, it's no secret.
No, they've dominated.
I mean, yeah.
They've dominated. The sub 5,000 euro desktop FDM machine, it's Chinese most of the times.
Yeah, I feel like this year, we had Bamboo Lab, Elegoo, Creality. It was super crowded, in 12.1.
Yeah, Bamboo Lab launched its new machine. It has developed such a fan base. There was a whole bunch of people. We saw it. We covered it on 3D Natives as well. You couldn't fit. That being said, of course, there are players in Europe as well. Prusa, more notably, that is still in this market. And in general, it was interesting to see the presence of China in this year's Formnext. I think it's been increasing pretty much every year, but compared to the US, huge player obviously in additive manufacturing, there were around 55 American booths and 95 Chinese booths.
Okay, very interesting indeed.
Another thing that grabbed my attention as I was walking the floor is the large format machines.
Yeah.
The really, really large format ones. The ones, the robotic arm, flexibility, the 3D printed boats. There was a 6-meter boat from Caracol.
Yeah, definitely. You couldn't miss it. Yeah. So I totally agree with you. We have these, players that are here now for some years, like you were mentioning, Caracol. We have Wasp, CMS, but also new players. Actually, also coming from Italy.
Yeah, a lot of Italy.
Yeah. So we had like Moi, with this big container where they had their robotic arm.
These large format extruders have really been used for design purposes, for architecture. Some really, really beautiful building facades and so on. But they haven't really had mechanical properties. They haven't really been in the more industrial side of things, in the more hardcore OEM production side.
Difficult environments.
Exactly. And here we see them, the boat with maritime, with railway applications, automotive is tough, to get parts certified and so on. And it really seems like this market is walking towards that direction.
Yeah, and not just this market, actually. Like you were mentioning applications, and I think this year what we really saw, it's more mature application.
Sure.
It's the 10th anniversary of Formnext. Really interesting to see the evolution of the show, of the market. And what I felt is like we have more and more pieces that are used, in real life, if I can say that. It's not about the 3D printed keychains. Now it's a real, case study, turbine engines,
I saw a lot of booths with no printers. They wouldn't show the machine, probably save some costs for not shipping it, and really put all the emphasis on parts. There were parts on display. Carbon comes to mind. It's not the first time they do it, but obviously they have a lot of interesting consumer good end parts. And what essentially the message is here is we understand, us, the machine manufacturers, we understand that you don't care so much about the machine. At the end of the day, the user cares about the part, cares about what they're going to use. In manufacturing, manufacturers don't care how you get the part. They're technology agnostic. The whole question is, will it do the thing I need it to do? Will it be of the right quality? Will it do it at the right price, at the right time, and so on? If you 3D printed, CNC machine it, injection molded, they don't care. Yeah,
and I guess that's why, we see a lot more of hybrid machine, combining two different processes, whether it's CNC and 3D printing, milling and 3D printing, a lot of molds that are 3D printed and then use an injection. So I think this goes directly into this direction. So very, very interesting.
So let me ask you this then, Mélanie. We're basically over with Formnext
already.
We've walked tens of thousands of steps. We've done God knows how many interviews, so many videos at 3D Natives and so on. What do you think? How was it?
Honestly, I'm happily surprised. Last year was a bit negative ambiance, with everything happening. So I was a bit scared, when I arrived this year. But to be honest, super positive. I'm really, really happy. I had some really interesting conversation, whether it's with exhibitors, but also visitors. You could feel, the excitement.
Yeah.
Even if, this year it's smaller, we have fewer exhibitors. I mean, it's not major, but still,
There are question marks, will we get back on our feet properly? Will we be able to fulfill the promises that we've given as an industry? And the answer is not always clear. It's not always easy. But yeah, for sure. For me, what I'm always looking at is how really actually mature and advanced are the conversations. And as you said, for me as well, the feedback was I was speaking with people at the booth and they were very happy. I think it's probably this turning point now, Q4 of 2025, where most of the correction phase of our industry is behind us and we're starting to go up again. It won't be, an incredible overnight change, but if it can be a gradual, steady growth of our industry, then I think we will be able to finally explore all the sort of things that we have sort of been deprived of, let's say, the last couple of years.
For sure. That's what makes it exciting, I guess. I'm really looking forward for the next years.
Yeah, and I guess to put it very simply, the vibe was nice.
Yeah.
People were having good chats and we're happy to see, potential deals being closed. So we like happy vibe events.
Definitely, very, yeah.
So these are the trends that shaped Formnext 2025 for us. What did you think?
Make sure to follow us on 3dnatives.com.